Good morning. So I wasn't actually going to do this morning because I was strapped for time, but my schedule changed, so I have literally just minutes to spare and decided I'm going to go ahead and do this before I proceed with my day. So the reason why I'm bringing this to you this morning is if you didn't see my video from yesterday morning, I brought up the way that I woke up. First I was hearing a hawk's cry, and I could tell it was like literally right above outside my bedroom window. And that went on for a few seconds, and then when that quit, this turkey starts going off, and it's just going on and on and on and on. I was like, is that someone using a turkey call? Like, why would it be going on for that long? And then that quits, and that's followed by just like a whole bunch of birds just like singing and chirping and like on and on, just noise. And I felt in my spirit God was telling me, like, awake, you got it, I want you up. And so I got up out of bed, and he revealed a lot to me, and I made a video about it. Well, this morning I'm sitting there having my morning routine, and before I left the floor, randomly opened my Bible. That's what I do. And my Bible opened up to Ezekiel 39. And the reason why I'm coming to you today is twofold. One is, this is probably the 8th time. I can say like 7th or 8th time that I've opened to this specific chapter within a 3-week period. And I think that's profound when I keep turning to the same places, like on repeat. He'll take me here and then there and then there, but then back where I was. And it's like, any of you who've ever read a Bible, you see how many pages there are. And I'm randomly opening it, and here's the crazy thing, there's other places in my Bible where I actually have bookmarks. And so you would think, oh, it would randomly open to a bookmark place. No, it doesn't. And so the fact that he keeps taking me to the exact same thing, I'm like, he's definitely, what I've been doing in private is speaking it forth in the spiritual realm and being his voice on earth to speak it out. The reason why I'm making this video now is because I feel like I'm supposed to establish something here, but also because I want you to hear what it said. Once I got reading it, I was like, oh my. So here we go. I'm starting at, well, basically voice 1, but he's telling Ezekiel what he's going to say, and then he says, you shall say, thus said the Master Jehovah, see, I am against you, O Gog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal, and shall turn you around and lead you on and bring you up from the uttermost parts of the north and bring you against the mountains of Israel, and shall strike the bow out of your left hand and make the arrows fall out of your right hand. On the mountains of Israel you shall fall, you and all your hands and the peoples who are with you. To the birds of prey of every sort, and to the beast of the field I shall give you for food. On the face of the field you shall fall, for I have spoken, declares the Master Jehovah. I shall send fire upon Magog, and on those who live undisturbed in the coastlands, and they shall know that I am Jehovah. And I shall make my set-apart name known in the midst of my people Israel, and not let my set-apart name be profaned any more. And the nations shall know that I am Jehovah, the set-apart one in Israel. See, it shall come, and it shall be done, declares the Master Jehovah. This is the day of which I have spoken. And those who inhabit the cities of Israel shall go out and set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and the armor, the bows and arrows, the clubs and the spears, and they shall make fires with them for 7 years. And take no wood from the field, nor cut down any of the forest, for with the weapons they make fire. And they shall plunder those who plundered them, and loot those who looted them, declares the Master Jehovah. And it shall be on that day that I give Gog a place for a burial site there in Israel, the valley of those passing by east of the sea, and stopping those passing by, because they shall bury Gog and all his crowd, and shall call it the valley of Haman Gog. And the house of Israel shall bury them for 7 new moons in order to cleanse the land. And all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be for a name to them on the day that I am esteemed, declares the Master Jehovah. And they shall separate men who continually pass through the land, burying those who were passing through, those left on the surface of the ground, in order to cleanse it. At the end of 7 new moons they shall search, and those passing through shall pass through the land. And when anyone sees a man's bone, he shall set up a sign beside it, till the buriers have buried it in the valley of Haman Gog. And also a city named Hamona shall be there, so they shall cleanse the land. And you, son of man, thus said the Master Jehovah, speak to every sort of bird and to every beast of the field. Assemble yourselves and come. Gather from all the slaughterings for you. It says, come and gather from all around to my slaughtering, which I am slaughtering for you, a great slaughtering on the mountain of Israel. And you shall eat flesh and drink blood. Eat the flesh of the mighty. Drink the blood of the princes of the earth, of rams and lambs, of goats and bulls, all of them fatlings of Bashan. And you shall eat fat till you are filled, and drink blood till you are drunk, at my slaughtering which I am slaughtering for you. And you shall be satisfied at my table, with horses and riders, with mighty men, and with all the men of battle, declares the Master Jehovah. And I shall set my esteem among the nations, and all nations shall see my judgment, which I have executed, and my hand which I have laid on them. And the house of Israel shall know that I am Jehovah their Elohim from that day onward. And the nations shall know that the house of Israel went into exile for their crookedness, because they have trespassed against me, so that I hid my face from them, and I gave them into the hand of their adversaries, and they all fell by the sword. According to their uncleanness, and according to their transgression, I have dealt with them, and hidden my face from them. Therefore, thus said the Master Jehovah, now I am going to bring back the captives of Jacob, which we know he already did, at least from the last onslaught. And I shall have compassion on all the house of Israel, and shall be jealous for my set-apart name. And they shall have borne their shame and all their trespass they committed against me, when they dwell safely in their own land, with none to make them afraid. When I have brought them back from the peoples, and gathered them out of the lands of their enemies, and I shall be set apart in them before the eyes of many nations. And they shall know that I am Jehovah their Elohim, who sent them into exile among the nations, and then gathered them back to their own land, and left none of them behind. And no longer do I hide my face from them, for I shall have poured out my spirit on the house of Israel, declares the Master Jehovah. And so I would just like to point out that, we do have an anniversary of when Israel became a nation again. And I personally believe that started a clock to the end, what he calls the final generation. I personally believe that began that clock. However, I think that there's still going to be more hardship to come that causes more and more, he says, until none are left behind, persecution on the Jews, which we totally see going on right now, that are going to have them running back to their homeland because the persecution in all the other nations is out of control, out of hand. And so just keep your eyes on these things, because they're all signs of the time that we're in. We currently have 2 wars going on, both including Gog and Magog, which is Iran and Russia. So my point is just eyes wide open, and amen, Jehovah.